Well, welcome to our 16th annual Feast for the Soul. I know some of you have been here since day one, since the original feast director, Valerie Scone, came up with this great idea to gather some friends, to meditate together, to deepen their spiritual practice together. And here you are. We are virtual now, but we can still do it. And some of you have been to the other feasts and have made some really good friends, really good connections from people all over the world. My name is Sarah McLean. I am this year's co-director. I've been directing the feast for about 10 years, and this year I'm fortunate enough to be co-directing it with one of my friends and an amazing teacher, Sue Cooper. She's from the United Kingdom and is sitting here now, and I'd love for you to say hello, Sue.
Hello. A huge welcome to everybody, and a massive thank you to you, Sarah, for inviting me to be co-director this year, and to all the people who have gathered, the volunteers around you and I and everybody to prepare this feast with the best that we can. With the I think we just need to mute.
I will.
I'm going to have to ask you to unmute yourself
You
again.
have to unmute, Sue.
I'm here. Am I unmuted?
Yes. Yes. Hi.
Hi. So I don't know where I got to, but anyway, it's really with deep gratitude that I was invited to be co-director. I'm co-director, and it's going to be a lot of fun this year, as every year. And each year it grows, and more people come forward, and more people join us. And we seek this year to the essence is to find inner peace and to co-create compassion in community, our feast community, and individually within our own community, our family, our friends, and our colleagues, and our community coming together at this time.
So each year we host these 40 days for those of you brand new, and we used to do this live in person. And then some of us, the faculty members, which I was one of the original ones, well, probably 10 years ago, I would record 40 meditations so you could listen to me every single day, but they weren't live. So what's nice about what happened during this last couple of years is we've really all gotten more comfortable on Zoom and can create community on Zoom. So every morning at this time, and I'm in Santa Barbara, California, it's evening there in Europe, and middle of the night in Australia, but every day at this time, we are going to be featuring a beautiful teacher for you to connect with, to meditate with, and we're hopefully, as Sue said, and she's bringing the secret sauce of creating even a deeper community, we'll be able to really find our spiritual friends because, you know, in many traditions, there's your practice, there's the wisdom wherever you may gain it from your teachers or books or mystics, and then there's that third element, which is the community. And it's really a three-legged stool. You have to have all three of those: your practice, your community, and the wisdom where you get it to sustain your spiritual practice. So I'm so happy you're here and part of our community. There are over 250 people here. And yes, you're muted, but during these daily programs, you'll be able to unmute, go into breakout rooms, connect with all of us. We're always open to Q&A. And all of these practices are going to be recorded, and they'll be on the YouTube channel if you haven't found us. So if you miss a day, and I know people don't like to miss a day once they kind of get the momentum, then you can find us there. I'm going to turn it over to you, Sue. It's so good to be here with you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, everybody. We've got a beautiful opening ceremony planned for you today, but I feel it might just be the moment to introduce myself, as I will be fairly high profile throughout this feast. So I'm based in Nottingham in England. I have been a nurse for many years, 40 odd years, now retired, and I'm a teacher with Sarah's Meditation Institute, and also an Ayurvedic lifestyle educator with the Chopra Center. So I love to weave the beauty that I call self-care into healthcare, and also weave science, the science and art of health, the true definition of health. And also the key to this, I believe, is an active spiritual practice. So I think now it is really time to start the ceremony. I think we'll start with a few conscious breaths to bring us into the moment, and then we'll invite our 10 presenters to, actually I think we've got 12 presenters, to offer their poem or their prayer or their words that they have brought through them into the feast. I will light candles for each tradition. After that, we will then move back into a gentle silent meditation to really imbibe the light, the beauty, the truth, and the wisdoms that have been shared with us. So without further ado, I feel that it's time now to welcome our speakers in. And our first speaker, presenter, is Vanessa Edwards. Vanessa.
Vanessa, can you raise your hand, please?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Is that it?
I'll find you. Continue.
Okay. Now it's muted. Right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you, Vanessa. You're on and ready to go. Thank you.
So I'm very honoured to be invited to read the words of a global peace prayer that I channeled in early, it was about 2006. And I've since been inspired to actively share the words, and I have them printed on postcard, and there's over 200,000 of them flying around the world. So I'm grateful for anyone who's shared them. So I say the words of our global peace prayer for us today. We celebrate the time of world peace as each person surrenders to their higher selves and gains a new inner peace and serenity, leaves behind the residual conditioning and emotions of the past, and cultivates a new level of understanding, forgiveness, and compassion, enabling the world's population to live together in acceptance of each person's individuality, diversity, and beliefs, embracing a new level of stability, security, world peace, harmony, unity, and plenty for everyone. As each person moves forward on this level of unconditional love, may they shine and become empowered as they recognize their individual strengths, gifts, and talents, and accelerate their own learning, experience, knowledge, and wisdom. Let us understand how all of this can effect a new foundation and benefit the highest good of mankind and humanity in actively promoting peace through the power of love and positive thoughts, words, and actions to help find individual and global solutions. May each person make a difference in our world, and from this life experience move forward with understanding and enlightenment. This prayer is said with the highest levels of love, sincerity, and integrity. In love and light and healing, let this be so.
I open this ceremony with lighting the candle of love, truth, and peace. May I offer my reading from Matthew 7:7 and 7:8. Ask, seek, knock. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open to you. For everyone that asks receives, and they that seeks finds. And to those that knock, it shall be opened. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Karen Allen. The words of Teresa de Avila, a Spanish mystic, Catholic saint, and Carmelite nun. Accustom yourself continually to make many acts of love, for they rekindle and melt the soul. To have courage for whatever comes in life, everything lies in that. May there be inner peace today. May you trust God that you are exactly where you're meant to be. May you remember the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing that you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. Palabras de Teresa de Ávila, mística española, santa católica y monja carmelita. Acostúmbrese continuamente a hacer muchos actos de amor, ya que encienden y enternecen el alma. Tener valor para lo que venga en la vida. Todo radica en eso. Que haya paz interior hoy. Que confíe en Dios, que está exactamente donde debe estar. Que recuerde las infinitas posibilidades que nacen de la fe. Que pueda usar los dones que ha recibido y transmitir el amor que se le ha dado. Que esté contento, contenta de saber que es un hijo, una hija de Dios. Deje que esta presencia se asiente en sus huesos y que permita a su alma la libertad de cantar, bailar, alabar y amar. Está allí para todos y cada uno de nosotros.
I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace in honor of the Christian tradition. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. My name's Jill Harbach. I'm in the UK. I'm going to read to you today from the words of Ilia Delio, who is a Franciscan theologian. And this is from her book, The Unbearable Wholeness of Being. Creation is not a demonstration of God's boundless love, but of God's boundless love, a love so great that creation is drenched in it. In the words of the penitent, Angelo Foligno, the whole creation is pregnant with God. We do not see this God because we are not looking for this God. We want a God who will lord it over us and be superior to us. And when we can't find such a God, we invent one. But God is wholeness and depth of love, a love that does not absorb others, but accepts and affirms them precisely in their otherness. True love gives true freedom to the other. To say God is love is not to find God anywhere other than where love is. In every created being, from quarks to stars to human persons. God is the whole of every whole. Love bending low, hiding in the details of nature. The mystery of divine love is hidden in the other, and it is precisely in the other that God shines through, or hides, in the unbearable wholeness of being. In the world of evolving reality, everything lives between love and nothingness. That is why each being must cling to love, for love is the next creative moment of life, and everything alive is drawn to trust and surrender.
Thank you, Sue, for inviting me today. My name is Gurpal Heya, and I'm based in Nottingham, UK. I'd just like to share a few words that I channeled earlier this week. I entitle it A Prayer for Love and Peace. Dear friends, let us close our eyes and feel love and peace for each other. We are navigating times with much disruption, fear, and chaos. We call upon the universe to support love and light in this world. We share a vision and a dream for a more beautiful world. Let's hold that vision in our spiritual eye and feel love and warmth with it coming about. Through holding a high energy vibration of love, this world is being brought about. A world based on love, compassion, empathy, understanding, collaboration, and peace. Thank you, universe, for this possibility and for this coming about and manifesting. We all manifest and work towards this vision, a vision which is written and is coming. Wishing you all love and light forever and always. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill and Gurpal. I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace, in honor of the tradition of universal spirituality. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you for being here and being part of this beautiful feast for the soul. I spent many years living in Arizona and got to know some Hopi Indians, Native Americans, and they've always had a commitment to live a peaceful, humble life and to be really connected to the earth. And there's a prophecy made by the Hopi elders in June of 2000. And reading this 23 years later, I think this is coming to pass, and I invite you to listen to his wisdom. You have been telling people that this is the 11th hour. Now you must go back and tell the people that this is the hour, and there are things to be considered. Where are you living? What are you doing? What are your relationships? Are you in right relation? Where is your water? Know your garden. It's time to speak your truth. Create your community. Be good to each other. and do not look outside yourself for your leader. Then he clasped his hands together, smiled, and said, "This could be a good time. There's a river flowing now very fast. It's so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel as if they're being torn apart and will suffer greatly. Know that the river has a destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above the water. And I say, see who is there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt. The time of the lone wolf is over. Gather yourselves, banish the word struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Erica Anderson, joining you from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada today. I'd like to share a passage from Embers, one Ojibwe's meditations, written by Richard Wagamese. I am my silence. I'm not the busyness of my thoughts or the daily rhythm of my actions. I am not the stuff that constitutes my world. I am not my talk. I am not my actions. I am my silence. I am the consciousness that perceives all these things. When I go to my consciousness, to that great pool of silence that observes the intricacies of my life, I'm aware that I am me. I take a little time each day to sit in silence so that I can move outward in balance into the great clamor of living. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah and Erica. I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace in honor of the native cultures of the Americas.
Hi, I'm Sean Glossop, joining the feast today from England, and I've been invited to make a brief contribution from the spiritual tradition that I practice, which is Shaivism. Shaivism is little known in the West, although it has many millions of faithful followers in Asia. It's actually one of the biggest branches of Hinduism, and it's considered by academics and archaeologists to be one of the oldest religions in the world. Very possibly the oldest, as there's evidence of it amongst the very first human civilizations. Shaivism is a simple but profound spiritual philosophy that has no human founder, and its main belief is in the oneness of all life, with all living things being seen as an expression of the one life that flows through all. This one life is understood in its highest form to be the Hindu god Shiva when in male guise, and the Hindu goddess Shakti when in female guise. Shaivism is a gentle, nature-based religion of peace and compassion that has meditation as its central practice. The central aim is to realize the true self within, which is considered to be a part of Shiva Shakti. For me, the philosophy of Shaivism is best encapsulated in these 3 short verses from the Shvetashvata Upanishad, a Hindu holy book that is widely viewed as being Shaivism's core text. These 3 verses read, "The one God is hidden in all beings. He pervades all, and he is the inner soul of all beings. He presides over all actions, and all beings dwell in him. He is the witness, and he is pure consciousness. He is unique and one, and he is devoid of all limitations. He is the eternal among the eternals, and the enlightenment among the enlightened. Though one, he lives as the lives of the many. Anyone who knows him, the cause of all, he who is to be comprehended through contemplation and right living, is freed from all fetters. He is woman, and he is man. He is the youth and the maiden too. He is the dark blue bird and the green parrot with red eyes. He is the seasons and the seas. He is, having no beginning and no end.
I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace in honor of the Shaivism tradition.
Hi, my name is Dawn Angelica Silva, and I will be reading a poem that I wrote called Forgotten Friend. By the measured pitch of a sad song, it's then our hands did slip. Bonds dance and sway until pushed away, tomorrow suffers each day's dawn. A script shaped by time, framed with growth in mind, as form was made to teach. Scenes filled with kin, foes masked as friends, vows hunger, tensions dine. Rapture soaked in lusty tides, child of nature, lost at sea. Sweet ones born, many lovers scorned, still love waits so patiently. Swift breeze of spring, long gone waste, beauty yearns to be released. This much we've learned, let bridges burn. Nations die of rifts this deep. For this heart, please do not haste. Set these petty notes adrift to find lost friendships drowned in peace.
I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace in honor of the African American tradition.
Hi, I'm Ann Sussman. I'm here from Maplewood, New Jersey. Honored to be sharing from the Jewish tradition, my tradition. This is a beautiful prayer by Rabbi Yael Levy. She is the founder of A Way In, a Jewish mindfulness community. It's inspired by Psalm 89, verse 3 in Hebrew, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. We will build this world with love. Place upon all beings peace, goodness, blessings, life, grace, loving kindness, compassion. Bring us to our knees in the face of suffering. Let us know the oneness of all, even in the midst of devastation and pain. Let shared sorrows, collective grief soften our hearts for kindness and love. Open us to the path of life, to generosity, kindness, justice, compassion, and peace. Let us see with an expansive perspective the world and all that is, and help us rise again and again into the light of possibility. May our broken hearts find solace. May our souls know the strength of love, and together may we mend and weave a world of harmony, compassion, and peace. Thank you.
Thank you. I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace in honor of the Jewish tradition.
Good morning. I'm Lori Kriva. I am in Santa Barbara, California. And today I will be reading the Bodhisattva Prayer for Humanity in the Buddhist tradition. It is by Shantideva, and it was recited daily by the Dalai Lama. May I be a guard for those who need protection, a guide for those on the path, a boat, a raft, a bridge for those who wish to cross the flood. May I be a lamp in the darkness, a resting place for the weary, a healing medicine for all who are sick, a vase of plenty, a tree of miracles. And for the boundless multitudes of living beings, may I bring sustenance and awakening, enduring like the earth and sky, until all beings are freed from sorrow and all are awakened. Thank you.
I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace in honor of the Buddhist tradition.
Hi, I'm Susie from County Cork in Ireland. It's an honour and privilege to read from the Celtic mystic John O'Donoghue. The piece I'm reading is called For a New Beginning. In out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the grey promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you.
Thank you, Susie. I light this candle from the candle of love, truth, and peace, in honour of the Celtic tradition.
Hello, I am Reverend Dr. Laurel Geis, and I'm joining you today from St. Petersburg, Florida. And as an interfaith minister, I was asked to represent the interfaith tradition. And I want to thank you for the invitation to be here to share a few precious moments with you. When we look to all of the wisdom traditions, we find that each facet of faith leans on the strength of unity to bring more peace and more love into our world. So allow these words from multiple traditions to uplift you as you experience the unity that leads to peace through community. We'll begin with Sufism. The soul of oneness is the soul of all people, the soul of the all-inclusive symphony of unity and of non-separateness. From the Baha'i tradition, the well-being of humanity, its peace and security are unattainable unless and until its unity is firmly established. From Buddhism, blessed is the teaching of the truth. Blessed the harmony of the community. Blessed the union of those who live in peace. From Judaism, behold, how good and pleasant it is when people dwell in unity. From the Sioux Native American tradition, there can never be peace between nations until it is first known that true peace is within the souls of all people. From Hinduism, common be your intentions, common be your wishes of your hearts, common be your thoughts, so that there may be thorough union among you. And I'd like to close from the Christian tradition by a quote from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We are a single, interwoven garment of destiny. Thank you.
Thank you, Laurel. I light this 10th and last candle in honor of the interfaith traditions and cultures known and unknown, the seen and unseen, who hold the light of love, truth, and peace. It's lit. The opening ceremony and the candles are alight, and we will leave them alight for the rest of the, the ceremony, excuse me, where we will imbibe all the beauty that's been shared through all these traditions. And I'd like to invite you now that we move into a meditation for about 10 minutes, and I will guide you in that meditation. So let us settle in to start with.
Sue, you've muted yourself.
Thank you. So let's find this place where we are of comfort. And I invite you to look at the candle, which is a bit squiffy. Let me just move it. The candle is now in alignment. So I invite you to focus on the candle and the 9 candles surrounding the peace circle. And take a long, slow breath in. Feel the breath enter and feel where it expands in the body. And then simply let the breath flow out and notice. Simply noticing the breath. Let us do this for a couple of times in our own space. Be present with the light, the lights, and the breath. Rumi has been a significant influence on us at Feast for the Soul from the very beginning. And a beautiful poem that started this in 2007, I'd love to share with you. So I invite you to close your eyes, rest in a comfortable position, however that is for you. And I'll read you the poem that started the feast. A new moon teaches gradualness and deliberation, and how one gives birth to oneself slowly. Patience with small details makes perfect a large work like the universe. What 9 months does for the embryo, 40 early mornings will do for your growing awareness. So with this poem in mind and the beauty that has been shared through all the traditions and cultures, let us move into a gentle silent meditation. And to do this, I invite you, if you have a mantra or a point of focus, to focus on that, or simply say to yourself on the in-breath, I am peace. And on the out-breath, silently, I am love. I am peace as we breathe in. I am love as we breathe out. If thoughts arise, that's fine. We're not trying to stop thoughts. We're simply bringing our attention back to the point of focus. As we breathe in, I am peace. And as we breathe out, I am love. I'll watch the time and we'll come back into the room together to complete the ceremony for the next 5 minutes. Stay with peace and love. Let the mantra gently fade away. And feel the sense of peace within. Move your attention to your heart space across the whole of the chest, front and back. And as we've generated peace and love within our own being, have the intention to radiate this out into the world, to each other in this Zoom room,
and on Facebook Live, to people watching the recording. Gather this beauty of peace and love and breathe it out into the world. And as you breathe it in, breathe it back from the world, back into yourself, this flow. This flow of peace and love energy from ourselves out into the world. Breathing out into the world, expanding, pulsating, and then bringing it back into our own being. To flow out on the next out breath. And then we bring that back into ourselves. And we simply let it all go, and we rest in the awareness of the sense of inner peace and calm. And in this space of peace and calm, within the heart space again, set an intention, a gentle intention into the heart space for this 40 days of practice, of deep immersiveness, of peace. And it may be that you know the intention already, or it may be you simply ask within the heart space silently, what do I want? What do I need? Or what is my heart's desire? What is my heart's desire? We're not seeking answers, we're asking the question. For the universe to meet us. Maybe now, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 40 days. So let's let all that go. And we're going to now bring ourselves gently back into the space. So keeping the eyes closed, I invite you to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, start to raise the energy. Become aware of your feet on the floor and your back being held by a chair, or by a sofa, or by the floor. Press into it. Coming back into the world, the 3D world, where we live, with the intention of expanding over the next 40 days. So I invite you now to open your eyes, take a deep breath. Feel the heart space expand and contract on the out breath. A couple of deep breaths and maybe a smile. And when we smile, everything changes. We raise the serotonin levels and the dopamine and the oxytocin and all the happy hormones. So as we come to conclude this opening ceremony, it is with the deepest of gratitude to Valerie Sconey, who in 2007 had the vision to co-create a community in her place in Iowa through the Rumi poem, to Sarah McLean, who has carried the feast for the last 10 years, to the Feast family who have all volunteered to bring us to this moment, And to you all for being here to join in as one body, one whole feast family, to bring more peace, more kindness, more joy into our being and into the world.